Hi everyone. Yeah, good morning, dear friends. And we are happy to welcome you at our webinar dedicated to the new version 2.7 of Eocortex. Awesome news. And during this webinar, we will get acquainted with the new features of Eocortex. There are 5 major updates, including a new intelligent module, various advanced features, and the new USB keys. And as always, to make this webinar more interactive, you're welcome to ask your questions and discuss your ideas right here in the chat, so on the right section. And in addition, this webinar aims to help you understand the way of using new Eocortex features and reveal their competitive advantages and your benefits from utilizing them. And in the course of the webinar, we will make an online demonstration of the new Shelf Fulness Check module, show how the client updates work, and answer the questions about the hardware USB keys. So just stay with us and you'll get all those answers. Yep, let us start. So let me briefly introduce myself first. I'm Paul Zemsky, and I'm a business development manager at Eocortex. And we already met at the webinar on the version 2.5, and I'm responsible for relations with partners from Italy and Germany. And also, I would like to introduce my colleague Ilya, our pre-sale engineer, who will join the webinar to showcase the new functions and updates. And you already know Ilya by various technical webinars and demos where he showed the wonders of our product's operation. So let us start. So today we will get acquainted with the new version 2.7, and as you may have noticed, the releases have accelerated significantly. So let me tell you about the product development approach of our team. On this slide you see Nikita Zhigalov. His area of responsibility is product development and its future on the market. And in accordance with the market's requirements, the product manager plans to release updates every 2 to 3 months. So these updates will aim at improving the product's performance and reliability. And such speed allows us to promptly process the feedback you share with us and enhance the technical aspects of Eocortex. So please send us your feedback and share experience with the product manager. We will send you the email address of Nikita Zhigalov right here in the chat. And just 1 month after the release of version 2.6, we are already presented you the new version 2.7. And on this slide, you see the new features available to the users today. And each and every feature has been developed or improved based on the end user requests. And our webinar will progress as follows. First, I will tell you about the particular update and its function, and then Ilya will show how it works. So let's start. And let me start from one of the most important updates, the all-new Shelf Fulness Check module. So this module was initially developed for the particular tasks of one of the end users, but due to the high demand, it has been validated for the whole software package. And in the first place, this module allows to boost the profits of your clients. And the Eocortex software is being used by several hundreds of stores worldwide. And you, being our partners, not only install the equipment to ensure security, but also to help improve the economic efficiency of a store by enabling your client to use specific features, like the heat map for increasing the average purchase size, the people counting, and much more. And we are giving you one more tool for solving the issues faced by the end users. So let's dive into some interesting statistics. All the stores, starting from the large retail chains to small neighborhood shops, sometimes have the out-of-stock problem. You know it. The owners lose around 4% of the profit due to the empty shelves, and the customers go to another store or postpone a purchase. As you can see in the table, the problem can be resolved promptly. And as a rule, the goods are in the store but not on the shelf. That means that it's possible to quickly put in on the shelf and satisfy the demand if needed. And we have stated the problem the module has been developed to solve. And now let's see how it works. So the module uses the neural network and calculates the percentage of the shelf's fullness. If there is a lack of goods on the shelf, Eocortex will notify you about it via any convenient channel, and for example, email, messenger, or push notifications. So what about reports? A supervisor sees that the shelf fullness is lower than the threshold value, and this graph shows the time when the biggest demand is. This will help to fill the shelf with goods in time, and a little bit later, Ilya will show you the modules and reports operation. So how to install cameras promptly. As you can see, one camera can analyze up to 10 shelves, saving the money required for the project. No particular specifications are needed for the camera. However, it's important to place the camera correctly at a distance of 1 to 4 meters from the shelf. And now we're going to see the demonstration of the module's operation in real time, and I'm giving the floor to Ilya.
Hello everyone, let's check the audio once again. So can you hear me? Yeah, great. So let me start the screen sharing. Can you see the screen right now? Yeah, great. So here are two cameras with the empty shell detection module. So right here we can set the zone on our frame to analyze it if it's full or not. We can see the name of this shell and also see the percentage of the fullness. So right here we can see that this shelf is already full, so it's 100%, and this shelf is absolutely empty, so 0%. The module works in such algorithm. So you set the default condition of your shelf. So the module just takes a picture of the empty shelf, and then when the movement in this area stops, so for example the merchandisers left this area and there is no movement in this zone. After that, the module has a small delay, about several seconds, and when the movement stops in this zone, the module uploads the new results. So as you can see on the left cell, after the merchandiser put some new bottles on this shelf, the results of the fullness uploaded. So from the 0% it uploaded to the 40%. And the same is on the right cell. So it was full, and then after we put the bottles back, it's just turned to the 0%. So it's just easy, but very informative and useful in some cases module. So yep, I think that's all about the empty shelf module demonstration. Please, Paul, continue.
Yeah, thank you, Ilya. And if you have any questions regarding the Shelf Fulness Check module, please ask them in our chat and we will answer. And we will pass to the next update, so the new features of the client. let me tell you that this update to the client is long expected, and we received and processed your feedback regarding the uncontrolled restarts of the system. And now we are presenting you a new tool for planned system restarts after the introduction of modifications. So as you may know, the larger the facility, the more employees are involved in the security system operation. They have different level of access and can control all the events going on in the system. And before it led to the situation when the administrator applied the new settings without the knowledge of the other employees, which resulted in system restart. Eventually, the connection of an operator with the system could have been lost in a critical moment, And now you can control the system restart yourself, selecting the most convenient and safest time. So the employees will be warned in advance about the changes made. And now you're going to see the operation of the feature in real time. So let us listen to Ilya, please.
Okay, let me show you how it works. Okay, so I'm sharing the screen. And earlier, when we applied the settings about the system, the client's app was starting automatically. Now, if we change something about the system, we can change some settings in the configurator. So, for example, we can open the client, go to settings and system settings. Let me restart it. Now I'm launching the configurator, and here, if we change any settings, so about, for example, cameras, let's try disabling one of the channels. We disable it, apply the settings, and usually we saw that the client's app restarts after that. But now we can see a new notification, restart required. So we just see that something changed about the configuration, but we don't need to restart the client automatically. We can make a decision by our own. So we just check, yeah, it required, and then we give a permission to the app to restart it. So this is how it works in the newer version. So now all the system of the clients won't be restarted after you changed just some camera settings. So for example, added a new one. So your clients will be just watching the video stream continuously. And then if they need to get the access to a new camera, they just application manually and then start watching it in real time. Oh, please continue.
Hey, thank you, Ilya. And yeah, let us move on. And we are going to talk about new features of the Eocortex mobile app. As you know, the client can be accessed not only via the desktop application, but also through its mobile version and via the messengers. And we enhance the features of the additional applications in every new version. And yeah, we harmonize the features of the views of the mobile client and the general one. So let us explain the difference and terminology. When we talk about grids, we mean the screen divided in a certain number of cells for the video. So these cells are initially empty. Roughly, the grid is just a screen division. And views are the saved layouts of the individual cameras in the cells of a particular grid. So consequently, the grid saved and filled with cameras is a view. And now let's talk about the features. So uh, before, the views functionality was not available in the mobile application. That means that if your user, customer, needed to put some channels in the grid, he had to spend his time connected to the required cameras. And now this process is automatic. And you save the views in the client, and then you can open the application and use the saved views without having to make any additional settings. So there's no need to waste your time, for transferring and setting up cameras. So let me say, easier import, less trouble. And we are moving on to the next update that will make the work with Eocortex even simpler. The increase of the number of cameras in the multi-grid of the web client. So as you can see on this slide, now the customer has a grid and 16 cameras available. Moreover, the grid does not consume additional server resources, and you get a continuous access to the system and prompt receipt of information, since you don't have to toggle the cameras. And if you use a web client, you're definitely going to like this update. And now I suggest that we start discussing the other important update, the enhancement of the Eocortex open platform. So as you know, Eocortex is an open platform video management software, meaning that you can integrate the video surveillance features with any existing security system. And to enable you to do so, we provide you with the manual and the documentation so that you can set up your system on your own without any help from the developers. And in a moment, I will give you more details about the modifications made in this version. So Eocortex has been developing the new face recognition module for quite a long time now. By the way, you will have a chance to see it in the version 2.8, the next one. And the module will offer a wider range of features and better performance. And as you are aware, the face recognition module is often used together with the access control system with different ones. And that's why we have already prepared the features that will help to integrate various security systems in one unified whole. And using several commands, you'll be able to integrate Eocortex with the access control systems, increasing the level of security of your facilities manifold. Also, you will receive all the Eocortex system events and set up the automated response of the security system. For example, calling the police, activating alarms, blocking access, etc. And you'll be able to configure Eocortex, the REST API comments, and load ready-made databases. And please bear in mind that the use of these protocols allows you to create a security system of any level of complexity, uniting various products into one system. So looks like you have just heard about a solution that can help you with any project in your portfolio, right? And we are finishing our tour of the updates of 2.7 and coming to the new USB hasp keys. Let me proceed. So on this slide, you can see the general information about the new hasp keys. The important thing to remember is that now there are practically no limits as regards to the number of licenses and modules per key. And now we can write up to 4,000 licenses on the key. Sounds great. And Ilya will tell you the rest, namely the quick reference user guide. So don't hesitate to ask him your questions and yeah, request new keys.
So let me tell you a couple words about the new licensing system that is running on the HASP. So usually we worked with software keys running on HASPs and USB dongles using Godot. We are preparing our system to a huge development to use the floating licensing system in the fewer versions, and this licensing system, the new HASP keys, is a medium step on our way to the goal. So now we just get rid of uh, some borders about the licensing. So now we can add up to 4,000 licenses to a single keys. So it's about the camera channels and the analytics. So earlier we had a limit about that, so we couldn't add to one key more than about 476 channels to one USB dongle, and now we can add up to 4,000 channels to a USB dongle or to a new software key. So in the future, when we start the floating licensing, you'll be able to use one key, USB dongle, or just a software key to run several servers with one key. So you will just split these thousands of channels between your servers and then reconfigure the licensing system to move one license, for example, from one server to another and so on. So this is our medium step, as I already told you. So we are developing new functions. We are preparing the floating licensing system, and it will be released in our future versions. So please stay with us, and you will enjoy this new version, and I hope it will be very useful for you. So Paul, I think you can continue.
Yep. Thanks, mate. Yeah, guys, are you still there? Just wondering. Is everyone here? I hope yes. So our webinar is nearly over, and we're about to finish getting acquainted with the new version of Eocortex. And at this very moment, the version 2.7 will be available on our website in the English language in a couple of days, and the localized versions will be available like soon, maybe in 1 week or 2 weeks. It depends on the country. And please don't forget that after the webinar, you will receive its recording and the presentation, meaning that you'll be able to share the new information with your customers. So, yep, dear partners, thank you for being with us during this webinar, and we are glad that you have been actively chatting with us. And Ilya and our managers will immediately start helping you to choose the right solutions for your projects and to win them using Eocortex version 2.7. And let us remind that all the novelties that you have seen today are ready to be offered for your projects, and our marketing team is ready to provide you with the promotional materials, and our managers are ready to help you to sell and to convince your customers to use your Cortex in your projects. Yeah, thanks for being with us. And could you please do us a favor? So I have a quick survey, quick quiz. Yeah, let me add it to the screen, and we'd really appreciate if you answer those 3 questions. So you can do it right here at the moment. That will help us to understand. So was it a good experience for you? Was it interesting? And are you interested in the trial of Shelf Fulness module check? Could you please answer right now? We'd really appreciate it. And yep, thank you for being with us once again. It was a great experience for us. We are always happy to present new versions. We're always happy to uh, increase your profits and increase your turnover using Eocortex. And we're always open to any of your questions and concerns. So you have after that, I will also show you the context of our sales department team, of our marketing team. So feel free to contact us anytime. We are always ready for the news from you. So thank you so much again. And to start the survey, just a quick notice: you should push that button, start voting, and it will allow you to give the answers to those questions. And guys, I think that's it for today. Yep, thank you so much. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us. That was a good experience. Thank you.